Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so we have the current situation, and then we have the challenge. What it's challenged by? What do you need to focus on? Interesting. Past. Ace of Cups. Your strengths. Ten of Swords. Near future. Oh, that's a good near future. Advice. Oh, we have the Five of Cups reversed. Environment. That's what I thought. Hopes and fears. Nine of Pentacles and potential outcome. Ten of Pentacles. All right. Let's see. So we have current situation. Six of Pentacles. Trying to work things out. Trying to put things in your favor. I feel like it's trying to balance things out, like you're feeling off balance. What is that? What is the challenge is the King of Swords. I feel like maybe you're overthinking a situation, that you're trying too hard for something, or are you not working on it hard enough? Because the Knight of Swords can be overthinker, right? Because he's an analyzer. We have the Eight of Wands. I feel very chaotic energy. Like I can't even focus on like what this energy is, because I feel like I'm all over the place, and I feel like that's kind of you. Like you're all over the place. Like I feel like you keep going back and forth with something. I feel like you're all over the place with something. I feel like you can't focus. I feel like should I do this or should I not do this? You know, should I take actions to do this or should I not? I feel like this confusion right here. We have Temperance, which is Sagittarius, so it could have to do with a Sagittarius, but I feel like it also has to do with trying to find that balance with something. What do you need to focus on? I feel like Ace of Pentacles keeps coming out in a lot of readings. Ace of Pentacles and Ten of Pentacles. I always seem to have that with my readings, is that there'll be certain cards, like definitely it was the Queen of Wands came out for a long time, and then that kind of stopped. Then there was the Nine of Cups for a while, and lately it seems to be the Ace of Pentacles and it seems to be the Ten of Pentacles, which are amazing cards to come out, because I feel like it, you know, it has to do with job, career, money, finances, finally feeling stable, finally feeling good, finally feeling comfortable, finally feeling like all of your hard work is starting to pay off. So what do you need to focus on here? Look at this. We have two Five of Wands. I feel like maybe it's looking at, like, are you arguing with people, or are you like disagreeing with people? Like, what is that about? Take a closer look at that. But it also could be, do you keep on going back and forth with a job or a career or money? Like, is your money all over the place? Like, is your budget all over the place? Do you feel like your job is all over the place? Are you trying to start too many projects at one time, right? Are you trying to do too many things and you have to narrow that down? Like maybe that's why you have this scattered energy, is because like your thoughts are going a million miles a minute, and like you're not focusing on one or two things. And like I've said before, set yourself up for success, because like I said before, that I have a tendency to overwhelm myself, and I'm like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do that, and I have all of these things that I want to do, and then I put a little bit of effort or energy into it, and I start something and then I can't finish it because I've got so many projects on my table. And I've had to learn to, what do I know I can follow through with, and I can get it done, and I can see it through completion, or that I will be able to consistently put time and work and effort into it. So I kind of feel like that's you. Like I feel like that's why I was kind of feeling scattered. Maybe it's just writing all of these things down and saying, okay, this is everything that I have on my plate. What can I remove? What do I need to focus on? Sometimes you have all of this thoughts in your head and you're like, oh, I can remember that. I can remember that. I can keep it all in my head. And then you forget things or you become too overwhelmed. But if you write everything down, like I have a schedule for my tarot readings. Like every day I have like a whole list, and I know what I need to get done. Because like before I used to be like, oh, I'll just make videos and not keep track of it. But once I started scheduling it, I was like, oh, I feel so much better. Now I don't have to worry. Now I know what I've done. Now I know what I've not done. Now I know what I need to do. So I kind of feel like that's you too, is kind of getting everything under control, because I feel like you're scattered and you're all over the place. Your past or what you're leaving, I feel like it's kind of that, the scattered energy. That's what I said, is I felt the Knight of, did I say that? I felt the Knight of Swords? No, I don't. I think that was the last reading. But the Knight of Swords is that scattered energy being all over the place. And it could also be those relationships that sometimes we have people around us that have that same kind of busy energy, and like we get caught up in that energy and we're like, okay, that works for them, but it's not working for me. So is that what I need to kind of back away from? Looking at those things that you are, those energies, those situations, those people, those relationships that you're putting in, and saying, okay, do I feel really tired? Like, do I feel all over the place with this person? Do I feel tired when I walk away from this person? Is this person or situation affecting me? Is that what you need to look at, right? Do I need to see how that needs to be adjusted so that it's not affecting me as much? I feel like it's finding your own environment that works best for you and making sure that you keep yourself in that environment. Like for me, I like it calm, I like it quiet, I like it relaxing. Some people like a lot of energy. Some people like a lot going on. They like things to be busy. So whatever works for them. But for me, I like it more on the quiet side. So that's what I need to make sure, is that I always try and have the environment to where it's most relaxing for me. So I feel like that's what you need to do here for you too, is like what environment it makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel good, makes you feel motivated, makes you feel safe. So I feel like that's what you need to focus on here. Your strengths, we have the Ten of Swords, focusing on you. So I feel like once you realize what needs to be done, I feel like you can do it. I feel like you get to it, like you make things happen. It's also about focusing on you. And once you say, okay, yeah, you know what? I haven't been focusing on me. I've been putting myself in an environment that isn't good for me. And I know that now is the time for me that I have to do it. Near future, I love it, is the High Priestess, is coming in, getting in touch with yourself. And I feel like it's knowing what environment do I need to keep myself in? Do I need to put myself in? What do I need to focus on those environments? And what environments do I need to step away from, right? Kind of taking that look at, okay, what's best for me? What is it that I need to focus on? And what is it that I need to walk away from? We have the Advice. I feel like it's focusing on the Two Cups, right? The Advice is letting things go that don't work for you. Sometimes we feel an obligation to certain things, or having things be a certain way, but we have to say, is that really working for me? Is that really the best environment for me? Right? Having that faith and belief in yourself, putting yourself in good situations, surrounding yourself with those people that you can learn and grow from. Environment. Fool. New beginnings. Fresh start. That's what I feel like. It's a fresh start. Page of Swords. Handling, I feel like it's getting away from the Page of Swords energy, but I feel like it's having that fresh start and focusing on the positive. I feel like it's removing yourself from like the chaos. And there may be some conversations that you have to have with people, or you have to make certain adjustments that they may not be happy with it, but if it's been affecting you in a negative way, then changes need to be made, especially with these two Five of Wands going on here. it might be a difficult situation, right? The environment is that it might be difficult to make these changes, but you have to say, okay, what's best for me? Because if you are feeling heavy, if you're feeling confused, if you're all over the place, if you can't get things done, you can't focus, you feel like you're, on edge all the time. Okay, so how do I change that? Hopes and fears, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Always it's like, okay, are these changes going to be good for me, right? But then it's like you have to make sure that you don't overthink that. And then the Nine of Swords come out, right? Hopes and fears, worrying about things. It's almost like trying something out and say, if this works for me, then this is a good choice. If it doesn't work out for me, then I know I can make changes, that I know I can do things differently. Not worrying about it. Sometimes when you worry too much about the reactions or what other people are going to say or how it's going to work or not work, that's going to inhibit you. It's going to freeze you in your spot, and you're not going to be able to make these changes, make these choices, right? 10, potential outcome, 10 of Pentacles, Page of Wands. I feel like communication becomes better. I feel like it's just taking it one step at a time. Again, setting yourself up for success. Having those things that you know that you can accomplish, right? That maybe you have all of these things on your plate, listing them out and saying, okay, this is what needs to be taken care of first. This is what needs to be taken care of second. Then being able to check those things off and know that, okay, I've accomplished those. I've got those down. So I'm clearing my plate. I'm, putting myself in a better situation because I'm slowly checking things off, right? That I'm getting things done, that I'm not all over the place, but that I'm able to get things done and feel like I'm accomplishing and I have things under control. Page of Wands is communication, which I feel like, again, you're able to communicate better. Over here, there may be a situation that you have to handle that is unpleasant or difficult or negative, but I feel like you see, okay, yeah, because you're worried, okay, how is this going to react? How is this person going to react? How is the situation going to happen? But I feel like it's just taking it a little bit at a time and saying, like if you have something that's tough to talk about, writing it down on the piece of paper of all of those points of view that you want to express, that you want to talk about, that you want to bring up. Because sometimes when you keep it in your head, you're like, oh, I'm going to say this and that and this and that. But then when it comes to the situation and you're talking to that person, then you forget things or you don't get everything said, and then you get frustrated with yourself because you're like, oh, I should have said this and I should have said that and I didn't clear this energy. But if you're able to write everything down, and sometimes if you write it down and then you hand it to the person, then they're able to read it and that starts the dialogue going. So I feel like it's just kind of handling it in the way, the situation or the way that you feel is most comfortable for you. All right, so let's grab a energy oracle, and if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, the links are down below, so be sure to check those out. We have unfinished symphonies, something that you have to get back to, right? Something that you started and that you have to get back to and you have to complete, and I feel like it gives you that relief. It lets you go. I feel like there's something that's been nagging you that you've been wanting to do, but you haven't been able to do it. But now it's getting back to it and finishing that. All right, let's get an animal oracle. We have Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. And I feel like it's kind of being thankful for all of those little accomplishments. And I also feel like it has to do with setting yourself up for success so that it's a win-win for you, so that you don't overload yourself, that you know how much you can handle, you know how much you can do, you know how much you can commit to. And you set yourself up for success and you complete it, and that makes you feel good, and then you feed off of that positivity, and then you go to the next step and you handle the next situation, and so that way it's always growing. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.